everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video we will be taking a look at the UWANT D100, which is a wireless, cordless, wet-dry vacuum, which means you can clean up anything that falls to the floor. If it's just dust or hair, cereal, dog pebbles, it could be maybe a dropped egg where it picks up the shell and the egg and everything, along with maybe even ketchup or syrup, milk, anything that gets onto your hardwood floor, you're able to clean it up with this. So not only is the D100 able to clean anything off of the floor, either if it's wet or dry, it also has a docking station. So this way it can not only charge itself, but also clean itself as well. So come with me on this journey where I'm able to review this product, because the best way to review it is by putting it underneath the circumstances of picking up anything and everything and showing off all of its features and everything that it can do. All right, so I put down some yogurt. Let's put down some ketchup. Yeah, let's do some Hershey syrup as well. You know, you never know what could be going on your floor. Here we go. And I guess we'll drop an egg. Let's just say that, I don't know, I lifted up, but I guess we could leave a few of these down here. Curious on what would happen with the shells. And then let's actually get some straight up liquid, right? So there we go. Okay, one last thing. How about just a little bit of syrup? There we go. So we got sticky, we got different viscosity of that yogurt. We also have the different consistencies of ketchup and chocolate syrup. We got the egg, a little bit of the egg shell, and then we also have just straight up regular liquid, so that is milk. So there's a lot of mess to clean up here. All right, let's get this filled up. Cool. Now that we are filled up, how about we go and let's make some messes. Again, placing this in very easy. Push it in for the click, and here we go. Now this is a paid review. UWANT did send off the D100 for my review and to give you guys my honest feedback and opinion and to get this thing all tested out. But in the terms of paid review, it's more of the fee for it to be shown on my channel. I'm not going off of any type of influence or script or pre-approval. This is just the fee to be shown on this size of channel to give you guys my honest opinion and to get this thing fully reviewed. So we've got our messes, but before I go for all of the wet liquid stuff, I want to first dry. So I'm just going to vacuum the floor. This way you'd be able to see inside this container, they will completely be separated. So here I'm going to press the power.
UWANT D100 at your service.
So what you'll have is the power button as well as the mode. So I can switch the mode.
Power mode.
That's turbo.
Dry mode.
This is dry. And then this handle allows you to just kind of do anything and everything you need to do. So if you have to get all the way down like this or up, so it completely rotates. So we are going to clean some stuff up. And this thing actually, because of the roller, it actually kind of drags you along. So here's some cereal. There's some cereal right there on the floor. Gone. Picked up, gone. Little one there. We also have 3 dogs, so we're gonna have pebbles everywhere. So those are dog pebbles. Also picked up. Goes right along anything and everything. So going along the stairs, going along your walls. So I'm just gonna clean this a little bit, see what all it picks up. Oh yeah, right along the wall. All right, so this is, again, you press here, you lift here. Then on the inside, that is where you can see everything that was picked up right there on the top. There's probably going to be some right underneath this area too. Yep, there we go. So I picked this stuff up. So I'm going to just clean this before we get to the wet. All right, first up will be the syrup. Oh, and it's gone. Yes, hold on a second. Here we go. All right. And just like that, the syrup is gone. Now over to the yogurt. Gone. Now to the ketchup. Now to the chocolate syrup. Ooh, pretty close. Now to the egg. Oh, got that was satisfying. Okay. Okay. And now out of the milk. Now we just got to clean this little portion right there up. Wow. And there we go. Everything all clean. Wow, that egg was pretty impressive. Now I'm curious what is inside of here. And, ooh, you can see how dirty that water is right there. That's kind of disgusting. Now picking that up, that is where the egg went. So we can start to clean that off. Now we pour out the dirty water. It almost looks like chocolate milk now. Actually, it was chocolate milk because it had that chocolate syrup and the milk as well. So there's still water in there. There's still quite a bit of water that we were able to use. So this looks like we used about half, maybe a little less than half for all that cleaning. And now for some dry stuff. So we've got some hair, that's just right there. We also have pet hair or pet fur. We got some pebbles, got some salt, and some Parmesan cheese. So we've already seen everything done with everything wet. Now let's do everything that is dry. So we will turn this on.
Power off. Power dry mode.
Move it over to dry mode. We'll go for the hair first. There's the doggy. There's the pebbles. There's all that salt. And there goes the Parmesan cheese. So really anything and everything that is on your floor will be able to be cleaned up. Doesn't matter if it's wet or if it's dry. Now that you guys have seen everything that we have cleaned, let's put it back in the base for it to charge and clean and dry.
Start charging.
Which that can be done by pressing this button right here.
Initiating self-maintenance. Real-time electrolytic antibacterial water application.
During the self-cleaning process, it's able to rotate those brushes. It goes forwards and it goes backwards, and it also goes at several different speeds. And then when everything is being cleaned with its own water, as you can see, it is using its water within its base of the unit. And then as it goes through, it cleans the brush, and then it sucks everything up into that wastewater section. So everything that is being pulled into this wastewater section that is dirty is from this brush here, because the stuff that I've already swept up from the wet and dry vacuuming, I've already emptied it. So this is just all that dirty water from the brush itself that I wouldn't have to do physically underneath the sink. After the brush has been cleaned with its own water, it put back into its own wastewater location, then it'll start drying the brush. So this way, the next time you go use it, it's not all moldy or wet or anything like that. Everything has been cleaned as well as dried. So told me to clean this.
Has been removed.
Now I just dumped this out, so let's see how much dirty water is still inside of here. And you can see how much water it used to clean. Beforehand we were halfway full, now we're even more half of that, so now we are 1/4. So this is all that dirty water right there. Let's get this thing cleaned out. All right, here goes that dirty water that was just cleaned off of that brush. This isn't from the floor, this is from the brush specifically. Wow. All that cleaning that you don't have to do because the machine cleans itself. Now that the cleaning and drying is fully complete, the thing that's really nice about this unit is that this is able to clean up all the messes that are on the floor and also self-clean itself. Now it was sitting on the base over there drying for about an hour. So if we take this off, take a look at it, it is clean, just as clean as it was from before, and it is also dry. So if I take this paper towel, if I squeeze onto it really hard, you can see that there's just small little dabs of water, and that is it. But this thing was drenched. So if you create a mess on the floor, you use this unit to clean it up, it will then clean itself. This whole time so far, I've been cleaning with smart mode. If I move this over into turbo mode, so just by hitting on this button here, it puts you over into turbo mode. What that does is that it increases the water flow out, and also it increases the suction in. So again, for somebody who is not a big fan of mopping, you don't want to hold on to a mop and a bucket or have loads of water just everywhere, this right here can do it for you. As you can see, the floor is glistening. It is getting clean. All you have to do is put in that water solution, the little solution cleaner, and then you'll be able to have clean floors without a mop and bucket. Now, one way to pause the cleaner is if you just bring it all the way up. It is now paused, but it's not turned off. Then when you need to resume, you just push down again.
Start cleaning.
And it starts cleaning. Now, if you go to a low entrance location, what will happen is that it'll improve or bring up the suction. Getting a closer look at the charging base and also the additional piece, which is right here. This is to make sure that there's no messes that will be on the floor. So this is very easy to just take off and wash off and clean if you have to. So I'm gonna place it right back there. You can see the grooves in here and also the charging prongs. These are the charging connectors that go right and touch right there to give this thing a charge. So as you push this in, kind of like a car going into the garage, when this portion lifts,
Start charging.
it is now charging, and also if it needs to, do its dry off or cleaning. Now, taking off the water tank is very simple. You'll place your hand right in here. There's a button that you press down.
Water tank has been removed.
And then you'll see on the inside, this is where you place in the clean water. So you'll put this underneath your faucet. You'll take off this little rubber stop. You fill this up with the clean water, and then all the wastewater will go on this portion, which is the side that you can see. This is where you'll be able to see how much of that wastewater is in there. And then on the very top, you have your HEPA filter, which easily take off. And it comes with an additional one inside of the box. So I'm gonna have my son take off the top just so you can see how easy this is. And it also shows the deodorizing stick. So if you cleaned the ground, let's say that you mopped and cleaned up your floor, but you forgot to go through the cleaning cycle, you have this right here, the deodorizing sticks. This way you wouldn't get any odors. Inside the box, you will also get this additional HEPA filter. You also get a deep cleaning solution. Here's the additional cleaning brush. Very easy to put on and off. And then also a scrubber. So this way you'll be able to clean the inside super clean. And now for my final thoughts on the UWANT D100. I do highly suggest this to anybody, all of my friends, my family, all of you guys watching this here. It's not just because it's a paid review. This is just my honest opinion of the product itself. It's able to combine sweeping and mopping at the exact same time. So if you just wanted to do dry vacuuming on your hardwood, you can. If you want to do both of them, you just have smart mode that'll pick up both wet and dry. So I haven't used my broom, and I haven't used a mop and bucket for the last few days, and this thing just takes care of everything that those two things would do. Also, I love the self-cleaning portion of it. So once you just clean out that tank, you're able to push it into its base. It's able to charge and self-clean and also self-dry that brush. Now, hopefully you guys have appreciated this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.